السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Alhamdulillah, you must have heard yesterday or the day before that a bill was passed through Parliament and it's gone to the next stage, assisted dying bill. So many people have been asking what is this Islamic point of view. So in the light of Sharia, inshallah, we'll just mention 2-3 points. Legal side of things, but as Muslims, we need to look at things from Islamic point of view, inshallah. So, number one, Allah has given us life, and Allah decides, when a person is born, when a person will die. It is not for a person to decide for himself. We never came into this world with our own choice, and we can't leave this world with our own choice. وما تدري نفس ماذا تكسب غدا وما تدري نفس بأي أرض تموت وهو الذي يحيي ويميت فإذا قضى أمرا فإنما يقول له كن فيكون. Allah is the one who gives life, Allah is the one who gives death. And when He decides, when He decrees, that is when, He allows things to happen. So number one, that is our iman. That nobody is in any authority or has any choice of taking his own life. In fact, there are warnings of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam for a person who takes his own life. Na'udhu billah, may Allah forbid. That man taghadda min jamalin, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam says in the hadith, which is in many books of hadith, Bukhari, Muslim, other books, man taghadda min jabalin, the one who fell off a cliff, to kill himself, then he will continue to feel the pain in the akhirah of falling off. He will feel the pain, but he won't die. He will feel the pain, but he won't die. Then the Prophet ﷺ mentions, وَمَنْ قَتَلَ نَفْسَهُ بِحَدِيدَةٍ, the one who has slashed himself with a knife. Then he will continue to feel the pain of slashing himself in the akhirah as a punishment, but he will not die. The one who has, وَمَنْ سَمَّى سَمًّا, the one who has taken a poison, he will continue to feel that the effects of that poison, but he will not die. So as Muslims, many people, they get fed up of life. I've had enough, I don't know what to do, I just want to die. وَمِنْ وَرَائِهِ عَذَابٌ غَلِيظٌ. Under the tafsir of this ayah, Allama Shabir Ahmad Uthmani rahimahullah, he mentioned something very amazing. He said, ab log ghabra ke kehte hain ki mar jayenge. People, they say, oh, we just want to die. Mar ke bhi chain na mila to kidhar jayenge? If even after you die, you don't find the peace you are looking for, where else are you going to go? So as Muslims, Allah has given us this life. If your life is tough for you, but you are obeying Allah, you have something good to look up to. That this is as long as Allah wants it to be. After that, inshallah, Allah is going to give me a garden of Jannah, inshallah. On the other hand, if a person, doesn't have iman, doesn't have the good deeds, doesn't have, the faith, then there is no peace for him in the akhirah. Allah forbid. So just a few things that sometimes the Prophet ﷺ mentions that sometimes Allah allows the person to be afflicted with certain illnesses towards the end of his life. A person, he was living a really healthy life, all of a sudden he gets really ill, he gets diagnosed with cancer, Allah forbid, he gets some really critical, terminal, fatal illness. Now Allah has set a special rank for him. Allah has set a special rank for him. Now he couldn't get there due to his deeds. So Allah puts him under such trials, tribulations, such tests through these different type of illnesses and different type of problems towards the end of his life. So before he dies, he gets to that stage. That is also, what we learn from the teaching of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And no matter how long the illness is, many people, they come out of it. Many people, they think that, oh, I thought I was going to die in this illness. Sometimes there has been cases where the doctor who told the patient that you are going to die in the next 5 years, the doctor died in 5 years, and the patient is still alive another 20-30 years. And there have been cases. And there was a person who himself was mentioning that, 20 years ago I was told that you are only going to live for a couple of years. Alhamdulillah, I'm still living. I've become healthy, I've got my health back, Allah has given it to me. And that person is no more who was telling me this. So it's all from Allah. You know, as long as, you know, we've got a life, every moment is precious. If life pushes you to such an extent that you just don't know what to do, you feel like, you know, giving up on your life, and you feel like taking your life, then the Prophet ﷺ, in the hadith of Anas radiallahu anhu, he said, he has given us a dua, Allahumma ahyini ma kanat al-hayatu khayran li. Allah, keep me alive as long as life is good for me. Wa tawaffani idha alimta al-wafata khayran li. And Allah, make me die when death is good for me. Maybe I want to die now, but death is not good for me. It's up to Allah. So as Muslims, we need to understand. And sometimes a person can be alive, you know, can be alive for many years, and he could be in illness for many, many years. But we may think he's going through a problem, but he may be enjoying that blessing. Like, you know, there's a hadith, there's a narration of Imran ibn Hussein radiallahu anhu, who is a Sahabi, that the last 30 years of his life, he was bedridden with a very fatal illness. And he, you know, he was restricted to his bed, he had to be fed, he had to be looked after in every way. So his brother and few other, you know, they came to him and they started crying. So why are you crying? He said, you know, looking at your condition. He said, let me tell you something. Don't tell anyone till the day I leave this world. Every day in this condition that I am in, the angels, they come and visit me. And because of the angels coming to visit me, I feel very happy in the condition I am in. So although for the rest of you, it may be that I am going through problems, but for myself, I feel a lot of happiness, solace. I feel that this is a blessing of Allah. This is a mercy of Allah. Allah is happy with this condition of mine. So why shouldn't I be happy with this condition of mine? So that is the Islamic teachings. Inshallah, this is just a brief, you know, from an Islamic point of view. Inshallah, there will be, you know, detailed discussions on, you know, how far we can go. The Prophet Imam Bukhari has quoted a whole chapter that, you know, wishing for death for personal issues is wrong, but wishing for death due to a problem which a person thinks could take away his iman, could be a challenge for his faith, then that is allowed. The Prophet of Allah himself is making dua, Allahumma la yudrikni zamanun la yuttaba'u fihi al-alim wa la yustahya fihi min al-halim wa idha aradta bi'ibadika fitna wa idha aradta biqawmin fitna fatawaffani ilayka ghayra maftun. The Prophet of Allah is making dua that Allah, before that trial and tribulation comes on the rest of the people, Allah, take me away. The dua. Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu made dua. When you feel that if I'm going to live any more longer, you know, at a time when people are saying, is Imam Mahdi around or not, we need to understand that that is a time when Dajjal will also be around. And that is not a time which we should be looking forward to. Will we be able to face that challenge? La yudrikni zamanun. Allah, don't let me, make me die with Iman before that time comes. And Allah, from our generation, whoever is allowed that time, Allah, keep them strong and firm on the Iman. Allah give all of us the understanding, Allah give all of us the ability to live a good life, a happy life in the way Allah wants us to live, and Allah give us a good death, inshallah. Rabbini, the dua of Yusuf alayhi salam, you know, that oh Allah, you know, when the time comes, you know, وَتَوَفَّنَا مَعَ الْأَبْرَارِ, oh Allah, make me, you know, die with the pious people, in good places, doing good actions, good deeds, in a way that you are happy with it. وَأَنْتَ رَاضٍ عَنِّي. Allah give all of us the ability. Allah give all of us the understanding. If anybody has any issues, any questions, anything they are not sure with, inshallah, you know, do let us know. Leave your comments, share your feedback, and Jazakumullah, we'll try to do our best. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen.